All right. So it says we are live. Well, very good. Let's see if we can get a little music going. And try to knock out some of these inks on this banner. All right, seem to be having a little trouble connecting, so I'm not sure if this is coming through or not. Maybe somebody will join in soon and tell me whether they're seeing anything. This is the problem with streaming with an older computer. But I can't even seem to get a government stimulus check, so it's not like I could go get a new one. I don't know if anybody else is having that problem, but every time I go to the IRS's, get my payment app, I check on it, I put in all the pertinent information, and it says payment status not available, or whatever the language is that they have there. Very disturbing. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever why my family shouldn't be on there and approved. Who knows? Maybe we're in the next batch of checks going out. But boy, we could sure use it. I'm still working. My job, I come into contact with very, very few people. I mean, basically just the other three guys that I work with every day. Maybe the Amazon delivery guy, about the only people I come into contact with, but still. Anyway, I'm glad we have our doors open. My wife works for a local public library. Of course, it's closed, but they are still working in the library. There are still things that they can do so that when they finally are able to open up again, the library is, one, as clean as it's been in a long, long time, because they're going through and cleaning every single book and CD and DVD. All of the kids' toys are being cleaned and sterilized. The computers, everything is going to be in absolutely, immaculate shape when the library opens up again. And there are other things that they can do, work that doesn't involve dealing with the public, but still has to get done. So they're trying to get everything done that they can. But still, really looking forward to the day they can open up and start serving the public again. They get calls all the time from people. Can I just come in? I'm going crazy. I need something new to read or watch. No, sorry. They don't do curbside or anything like that. So. No, you will forgive me a moment. I should have tweeted this out. I'm still very new at this and don't do this very often. So let's see. Well, hello, Shinobi. Got a digital copy of Niobe Birthright, and it is good. Nice. Nice. I did the physical, so I'm waiting on mine. But I'm really looking forward to it. There we go. Now I'm doing this right. Okay. I'm such a boomer at this. It's really bad. Oh boy, this is so bad. Okay, there we go. Finally. Whew. There's a reason I don't do this very often. It's because I'm so bad at it. The only way to get better is to keep doing it. But I tell you, it's like every time I think, okay, tonight I'm going to stream. You know, nobody else is streaming. I'm going to go ahead and stream. I've got work to do. Something that somebody might like seeing anyway. And then for whatever reason, something will happen and it'll eat up my day. And there'll be no time left and certainly no energy left at the end of the day to do anything. Shinobi, I don't know if you're doing anything. If you want to join in, I posted the link in the group. If you want to join in. This is only like the second time I've ever drawn Spawn. The first time was a long time ago. And I think my brother-in-law has that piece. was one of those. I took a long time on the backgrounds, had, the real dynamic 3-point perspective shot going up into the cityscape. Spawn coming down with his cape going all over the place. Yeah, I know this is a little light. I erased back some of the pencils after I drew it just so I won't have so much to erase afterwards. It's funny. I think I was listening to Jimmy Reyes earlier. He was doing an inking stream, and I think he was kind of talking about the same sort of thing about taking a kneaded eraser and erasing back when working traditionally. So you don't have as much to erase afterwards. Hey, Darken Link. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Managed to get out and do a little yard work today. Had some sunshine. Listened to some episodes of Arrow on my phone while I was working. One of our good friends from church brought us some food because we are taking care of my son who is sick, not COVID. He does not have COVID. KG, the Mighty Wrench. Hey, good to see you, my friend. It's been a long time. Darken last 11 hours binge watching Naruto, right? Didn't I see that you were watching that on Netflix? Never really tried Naruto. I hope I can still be friends with Pope. Yep. I saw that there's a new CGI Ghost in the Shell series on Netflix. I want to watch that. I got into Standalone Complex when it was on for a while there. The movies, I have to go back and rewatch. I think I saw the first movie, but it's so long ago, I hardly remember anything about it. I'll tell you what I rewatched, though, was The Secret of NIMH. Now, that's available on YouTube Movies for free. And I remember I used to watch that movie a lot when I was younger. And it's still great. Traditional animation, Don Bluth, one of his best movies. Maybe his best, in my opinion. Do I have it out here? Did I pull it out? Thought I had out here. The next thing I'm going to watch again is my favorite of all anime series, which is one called Last Exile. It's about time to rewatch it. I haven't watched it in a few years. Wonderful character designs. The animation's good. Music is fantastic. The story is very good, and the characters are interesting. Everything about it's good. Both of the Nim movies were. Oh, wait. Both? What do you mean both? I'm not aware of a second one. I need more info. Can't wait till my commission arrives. Well, Canada, they told me it was going to be, week to 10 days. So you should get it this week. I've sandwiched it between two pieces of cardboard. It's in a plastic sleeve, so it should arrive in good shape. If it doesn't, of course, you'll let me know and I will make good on it. Of course, one hears notorious things about the Canadian Postal Service. So, So can you guys hear the music that I'm playing in the background? A Secret of Nim 2 movie as well. All right. I got to find it now. I'm ashamed of myself that I did not know this. But, someone I saw posted on Twitter that they had just become aware of the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings movie, and they showed a couple of images from it, and one of them was a poster of the whole cast, the whole fellowship. And I had completely forgotten this. I owned that poster, had it hanging on my wall when I was younger. Yeah, I really like I like parts of the Bakshi Lord of the Rings. It did tend to drag and get a little cheap with the rotoscoping, painting over the live action stuff with all the orcs at the end. But there's just some really good stuff in there. And what's funny, in the book, they have the elf that meets the hobbits and Aragorn on their way to Rivendell is Glorfindel. In the Peter Jackson movie, they made it Arwen. In the Bakshi movie, they just made it Legolas. It's like, Hollywood has no respect for Glorfindel. I don't know what to say. KG, you have to go find my copies and let you know when it came out. Yes, please do. Maybe if I ever get my government stimulus check, I'll buy a copy. Golly. But yeah, we are, excuse me, taking care of my son. He was away at college. They let the students stay if they wanted to, because they had a lot of international students with nowhere to go. They had a lot of security precautions in place. All the classes were still done distance learning. The cafeteria, you could go and get your meals, but everything was packaged up for you to take back to your room. They had, campus security there to make sure that people were not in groups of more than just a couple people and were observing social distancing precautions. And so everything was good. My son, he got sick, not with COVID. He's got a bad case of mono, poor guy. So he was suffering up there, and when you're a parent, you can't have that. So my wife went up And, we decided, look, let's just bring him on home. So, all right, Dark and Link, what are you talking about? So at 1 a.m. today, Drawing Driver got worried and told me to sleep. Because you've been binge watching so much. Okay. Did about an hour later when it came online at 7 a.m. You don't know what mono is. Mononucleosis. Also known as the kissing disease. Now, he is up there with his girlfriend, who is perfectly healthy right now. So I don't know. I don't know how got it. But anyway, his girlfriend is like the perfect person you would want your son to be dating. She really is. She's fantastic. And she's pre-med. She's been taking good care of him. Timmy to the Rescue was a direct-to-video release in 1998. Timmy to the Rescue. Oh, no. Really? Okay. All right. Was it also Don Bluth? I would assume and hope. Same voices and everything. Dom DeLuise as Jeremy. Oh, no. I started binge watching when I woke up at 7 a.m. last night. I was staying up. Oh, my gosh. You youngsters. I know I can't hang with you guys anymore. Yeah, I'm a sucker for old school animation. I really am. I mean, I like the newer stuff. I like the computer generated stuff. The Incredibles is probably my favorite movie of all time. And there's been some great ones. I mean, I love Raiders of the Lost Ark. I love Casablanca. But there's just everything about The Incredibles I thought was just so. I came out of that movie theater after watching it the first time. I said, "Oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life." The story was good. The animation was good. The set design was good. The music was good. Ugh, everything about it. Didn't mind that they waited so long to do a second one because I didn't want them to just throw one out there. I didn't want a Cars 2. I want to make sure that they had a good story before they came out with a second one. Now, Cars 3, I liked. Dom DeLuise still voices in it. It's fantastic. Nobody could do Jeremy except Dom DeLuise. Mrs. Briz, you got a sparkly. I've always wanted a sparkly of my very own. But it was funny, I was looking on there and looking at the voices on the first one, and there were two. Okay, who was it? Will Wheaton did one of the voices, and I think he must have been one of the kids. Oh, and the woman who did one of the other kids. Oh, I can't remember right now. It escapes me, but it was also somebody else that I went, oh, really? Something very early in their career. Oh, I hate drawing chains. I suppose if you were the regular artist on Spawn, boy, you'd have to learn to love it. Either that or you would just leave it for your assistant. One of the lessons that I learned late inking is that you don't always have to make your lines connect. You can leave a little gap sometimes. And I think I first noticed that looking at some of Terry Austin's inks, on X-Men over John Byrne, especially later in life. He got, to where he did that a lot more often with later work. Like, oh, okay, they don't all have to completely connect. All right. Actually, I had a little more life that way. Of course, I'm still connecting most of my lines, but not all of them. Anyway, I hope we can get back to doing the digital bullpen again soon. I miss our regular streams. But now that I've seen that I can successfully get this operating, maybe I'll host a digital bullpen soon. So I retweeted today, if anybody is listening and is interested, Hellseekers by Rooster Puncher. It has a pre-launch page up on Indiegogo, and been seeing some of the artwork as it's been developed in our Alterna Comics fan group, and it looks badass, you guys. I mean, it really does. So go check it out. Go sign up for the pre-launch page for Hellseekers. Spencer Desmond is the writer. When I finish this, I haven't decided whether or not to color it I'm sure Pope would like me to color it, but it might be better if somebody with better coloring experience just takes my black and white and colors it instead. But when I'm done with this, it's back to Lunch Meat, which is our short little 4-page comedy zombie apocalypse story by Macho Dan, another Virginia boy. And another Liberty University fan. And my wife told me that Liberty University's awesome receiver, Antonio Gandy Golden, was drafted by the Redskins. So, as a Redskins fan, I'm excited about that. As a Liberty fan, I feel bad for the young man, but I know he'll make a difference. He'll make a big contribution. Is that Starfire on the far right? Yes, it is. Of course it is. This is commissioned by Pope, so you know it's Starfire. So we got Spawn, Doctor Doom, Starfire. I like drawing Starfire because she has no eyes. It's all just green, so it's easy. KG is the owner of maybe the best thing I've ever inked, which was my big 11 by 14 or so, or 14 by 17, I think it was, Incredible Hulk piece that I inked over the course of several streams. But that turned out really, really well. That gave me a lot of confidence after doing that. I liked doing assistant work. It meant that I was actually working on books that people were going to see, and it paid well. And the hard stuff was already done by somebody else. Yeah, I had to do the boring stuff. I had to do the buildings and cars, but it meant I got to work on books I never would have worked on. So where is Raven? There is no Raven. Evan! Hey, man. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, no Raven this time, Darkened Link. But, it's great. Working in as an assistant is really good because, somebody else has already got the gig. And then you can later on, you can say, yeah, man, I worked on, Birds of Prey Manhunt. I worked on Team Titans. I did a little work on, X-Men. I did a little Batman work, Incredible Hulk, Fighting American. I think I even did some Deadpool stuff once when I was assisting Nathan Massengill. But this was a while back. This was before Deadpool really got popular. But you learn a lot working for a pro. Dislike and unsub. Well, can't have everything, I guess. I was amazed when I looked and I saw I still had like, I don't know, like 60 some people subbed to my channel. I've only got like 3 videos and hadn't done anything in months. Wow. That was nice. I was touched. Of course, now that there's no Raven in this one, I know, half of them are going to leave. So I actually tried to stream when I was working on your commission, Dark and Link, but I just kept having too many computer problems. And so, I had to stop that. Is Spawn a Hufflepuff? Spawn a Hufflepuff? Where do you come up with that? Why would Spawn be a Hufflepuff? I don't know. Wouldn't Spawn be a Slytherin? I mean, even though he's, a good guy, but, where his powers come from and all. Of course, I haven't read Spawn in, like, what, 290 issues? So I have no idea what's going on anymore. It's one thing I could never join in, anybody's stream if they were talking about modern comics, because I have no idea what's going on because I don't read them. In fact, for the last several years, the way I got my comics was going to shows and digging through the boxes, the cheap boxes, and buying trades and buying, half price hardcovers and stuff. That's how I caught up on stuff. But hail Ravenclaw. Yes, I think if I were in a Hogwarts house, it would be Ravenclaw. We hosted a Harry Potter party at our house for the neighborhood kids one year. We used to do stuff like that. We used to have a lot of kids in the neighborhood that were the same age as my sons. And so we would always do end of the summer party or end of the school year party, rather. We'd do a Halloween party. So we did a Harry Potter party one year. And I made a Sorting Hat puppet, bought some, cheap brown leathery looking stuff and just sort of winged it. And the kids would sit down in a chair. The first one sat down and we had curtains, starry curtains, and the kid sat down and my wife held the hat over top of the kid's head. And while she was holding it, I slipped my hand through the curtain and into the puppet and I started making it talk. And of course, everybody freaked out the first time it happened. After that, they knew what was coming. But, the first time was golden. Hail Starfire, yes. Starfire being a very, very good to me. First time was golden. What happened to the gold? Well, who knows? I'm trying to think what other animated movies that I really, really loved growing up. Finally sat down and watched The Black Cauldron the other day on Disney Plus. That was not good. You know, it just there was nothing about that movie that I enjoyed. Now, my wife had read the books and said the books were pretty good, so I won't judge the books based on the movie. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. There you go. Oh, I do remember watching, the like Scooby-Doo meets the Harlem Globetrotters and Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin. Love that stuff. My kids love that too. It's a shame we don't get more traditionally animated stuff. I guess Japan is our best hope for traditional animation anymore. What I watched the other night? Blue Submarine 6. That had the same artist who did the character designs for Last Exile. His name was Murata Range, or Range Murata. I don't know which order to put them in. I'm sorry, I'm ignorant. And so it was kind of interesting. The character designs were good, but it was very, very early CGI, and it was the CGI was not good. It was not good. The Rescuers movies, yeah, I remember the Rescuers movies. They were pretty good. Hey, Marsupial Gamer, good to see you. Japan movies are over 9,000. It's sad. The only reason I even know what that is from watching Nick Rekieta. I could never get into, or was never interested in, Dragon Ball. And it's been so long since I saw Akira. I need to watch it again because I think I would understand it more now. The time when I watched it, I just didn't really get it. It was so long ago. Now, that director also did one called Steam Boy. I don't know if you guys have seen Steam Boy, but that is one of my favorite anime movies. I don't know how many times I've seen Steam Boy. That was one of those we used to take with us on vacation every year, and we'd watch it as a family. Now it seems we go on vacation, we take seasons of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and we watch those. Binge watch Avatar while we're at the beach. Why am I not mod? Because I don't know. I haven't bothered to make mods. I don't know how to do that in StreamYard. I am sorry. I will worry about that another day. Avatar coming back to Netflix, apparently. Raggedy, yes. Hey, Raggedy, how's it going, man? Yeah, they're doing a live action version, and I think the original creators are involved in it, so hopefully it will be better than the movie, The movie was not good. I don't hate it as much as other people hate it, but I do hate that M. Night Shyamalan decided to do things like change the pronunciation of the characters' names. I don't care if what he did, was more, I don't know, regionally accurate for the way he was doing his movie. You don't do that to your core audience. You've got, this core group of fans who love the show. You don't go messing around with what they love. Not if you want, your movie to be a success, because they're the ones who are going to come back and see your movie multiple times. So, you keep them happy. It's the same thing with Aragon. The Aragon books were incredibly popular, right? But the movie just did not stick to the books. The Last Airbender or the 3-hour snooze. Yeah, we finally watched the blue-skinned Avatar about a month ago. We were like the last people in the world who hadn't seen it. And it was good. It was all right. I liked it. I didn't think it was, all that like everybody else did, but I'll watch the next one when it comes out. Free Netflix, free comics, free Raven. Oh well. Oh. How about free pen refills for Trusty? Yeah, I tried refilling my really fine points. This is like the third finest that I'm using now, but this is the one I like the best, which is the 0.1. I tried refilling the 0.005 and the 0.003 or the 0.0, what is it? 0.03, 0.05, I guess. And I tell you what, new ink, new nibs, and I just can't get the flow working right now. I don't know if that means that the ink refills I got were dried up, which can happen when you order stuff. But I don't know. I'll try again, because you got to have the little fine points sometimes. I think EVS uses that 0.03 a lot, which drives, I don't know. Everything's getting reduced, when it's drawn, so that thing just about disappear. Speaking of things that would disappear, I know I've mentioned this before in streams or in chats or something, but one of the things I enjoyed was when I was working as an assistant, and I was inking early Ed McGuinness stuff. It was on Vampirella Strikes, and he would hide little planters, Mr. Peanut, in a pool of peanut butter crushed, somewhere in the drawing. Big splash pages, he would do that. So it was always fun to find those and ink those in. Yes, back then we referred to him as Young Ed, because he was a newbie just getting started. But we knew he was going to be a superstar. When I was working for Nathan Massengill, it was cool because in his hometown, instead of buying a house, he had bought a building on the main street downtown and was living in that building. It was a really neat old building. The city council decided they wanted him to actually do something with the building. So I think he was going to open up a coffee shop or something in the front. But back in the back, we had these great voluminous room with big tables where we'd sit and ink until the wee hours of the morning. like that. And that's okay. Yes, hit that like button. Yes, what else have we got to do on a Sunday night? Let's face it, Sunday nights can sometimes be very, very lacking in streams. When you're looking for something to watch, just something to relax to. We used to have the Cross Comics Sunday night art auctions, but I know for some reason I could never seem to make it to those on time, so I could never participate. Now, one thing I do like is the Saturday night comic book auctions on I Love Comics, Englantine's channel. That's a lot of fun. That goes for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. Oh, somebody just popped in. Oh my goodness gracious. What are we gonna do?
Hey,
Jimmy, E. Ortiz, how's it going, brother?
Good, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can everybody else hear Jimmy?
I just making sure because I had I was doing some other meetings and I had switched the Blue Yeti to the other microphone. I didn't know which microphone was on. What's going on, brother?
You sound better than I do.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a little something for Pope. You know, she's commissioned me again.
Oh, I saw that drawing. You're the one inking it? Or did you do the drawing?
You saw what drawing? Where'd you see it? Did I post it?
No. Somebody else did.
I didn't tweet it.
She did.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just sent her a progress photo from my phone. You know,
I saw one. I saw one that was actually pretty decently penciled. I was about to download it and hit it with the inks, but
shoot! I wish I'd known that. It'd save me the trouble.
Nah, man, you got it. You got it. You are the master inker, man.
Good. I wish.
You are the master inker. I'm just a guy trying to learn.
Hey, you're making incredible, strides, leaps and bounds, and I really think some of it is because we're working with some really good pencils. Some of that stuff you showed me with the knights and all that was also loosey goosey. It's really hard to do a good job on something like that, unless you've been working as a penciler for years. No,
that one was a tough one, man. And it wound up that they didn't like what I did anyway. So
man, oh well,
it's whatever.
So is the baby asleep?
No, she's with her mama. She just woke up. She's been I had her like on my lap for like the last hour or so sleeping, and then she woke up, and then her mama took her over. So I was like, hey, you mind if I jump in with Trusty, man? He's streaming it over. So I was like, man, let me say hello.
I could say this doesn't happen all that often.
No, but it's it's good to jump in, and whatnot. I don't for some reason I don't know if because I don't have YouTube up. Where are you streaming at? YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna sound bad.
What, you're not subscribed to me?
I don't think so.
Well, there hasn't really been any point, because I'm
looking at like all my alerts and I don't see your name.
Oh well. Oh, I don't know.
Well, what's your channel, man?
Oh, it's just Trusty Sidekick.
All right, I figured that's what it was. I don't understand what's going on.
Well, people talk about not getting notifications and stuff for streams, that start, 3 hours before.
I am subscribed.
I thought so.
Hey, I'm subscribed.
I was gonna say I have a lot of subscribers for somebody who's only got 3 videos up there. Just people haven't unsubscribed. I guess they're just too lazy.
Yeah, I was like,
But I'm thankful.
yeah. Oh man, look at everybody in the house. You got Darken Link. Hit that like, says Marsupio Gamer. KG in the house. Saying hi there, Eve. What's going on, KG? Savage Land Rogue is the best rogue. This is what's this guy's name? Shoot, I forgot already. Fred Venus. Fred Venus?
Fred Bennis. Yes, Fred.
Fred Venus.
Fred has gotten really good.
Yeah, this is a
years.
2014 one. I just grabbed it and
Fred, I guess, is Ed's brother, I guess, in part of that studio. But yeah, he's gotten really good.
Yeah. I was subscribed, but I didn't get your notification. That's crazy.
Well,
How's
I
that,
didn't get
Trusty?
my government stimulus check, so there you go.
Oh, Lord. Well, it's coming. It's in the mail.
It better be.
Along with your with your bottle of what they call it?
What?
Disinfectant.
Disinfectant? Oh, yeah, well, we need that. Yeah, no, we need it because we had to take my son, to Doc in the Box and 2 emergency rooms, over the past few days. Not because he, the emergency room, he had to get checked out because, he was sick. And it turned out to be a bad case of mono, which I was explaining to these guys earlier. So he's recovering now. He's 19 years old, 6'2" or so, still our baby.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's good to have him home. And I was asking about his classes he's got to finish up, and my wife told me, well, he checked his math cumulative score, and he could get a 17 on the final exam and still get an A. So, okay, good. Don't worry too much about that one, son.
All right, they're telling me you got to hit the bell. You know what? I'm checking the bell now, and I've rung the bell. So next time I will get notification. I am such a bad friend. How was I not hitting notifications on Trusty? I feel bad now. I feel horrible,
squat, man. That's why.
I feel super terrible, man.
Well,
but it's all good because you know what? We're gonna be all right.
Yes, we are. We'll get through this together.
Yeah.
YouTube strong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I was like, man, maybe we can make it into a whole reunion. Did you hit the bell, crack? Yeah, I hit the bell now. I hit the bell, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, children of all ages. It is done. Girls. Yeah, I'm always practicing. Is just because I can't stream. But it's funny because like the one that you let me practice on, I had to do that on the iPad.
Right, because you said you had the baby in your lap a good amount of time.
Yeah.
That turned out good though, man.
I was like,
Macho Dan thought so too.
Oh, he got a chance to look at it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I shared it with him. And he was like, I only have enough money to pay you, but if you want Jimmy to ink it, that's cool.
I mean, I don't care. You know me. It don't bother me. No. It doesn't bother me. I just do it for the practice.
Yeah.
Evan Hotep says, what's up, Evan, man? Don't have the bell, but I don't need it. I have Twitter 24/7 watch. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed drawing it. The stupid phone is always falling from the desk. So slippery. Yeah, I was like, man, I didn't mind practicing on it. It was pretty cool. It's a lot of details. I hope I didn't muddy them up for you.
No, you did a nice job. Very nice job.
I was like, man, Trusty got a lot of details here. I gotta try to keep it in the spirit of the Trusty.
Well, I'm no Kevin Sharp, but I tried to put a little bit. I mean, you got the last page. That was the big payoff. That was the money shot page. Yeah.
I like that one. I was like, man, I like this one. Yeah, man, I've been busy. There's the newborn is keeping us kind of busy, and it's been hard to make time, you know. And then I've been asked to do a lot of video editing lately, so I've been like doing video edits.
Nice.
I'm not really that great at them, but apparently they're worse than I am. So there's that. There's that.
I tried streaming the other day and was just getting so many errors that I gave it up and just deleted it. But I think the problem I had then was that I was just trying to do it directly through YouTube, because I wasn't going to be, it was just going to be me. So I just, went to the YouTube, webcam live stream studio that they have there. And I don't know, I guess that just takes more processor or whatever than doing it through StreamYard. I got a little bit of an error earlier on StreamYard.
Yeah,
so far it's been much better.
So what happens is StreamYard uses their servers, right? So you just
Right.
stream to StreamYard. YouTube kind of uses your bandwidth. So whatever your bandwidth is, so it'll make the buffering. So with StreamYard, you push it to their servers, they'll find the best, throughput for you, and then they'll put you there, which makes it a lot nicer when you're
It really
talking
does.
about trying to get a smooth stream going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've got good bandwidth here, but my router is downstairs. I've got an extender up here, and I'm connected to the extender with an Ethernet cable. So I'm doing what I can, but it just wasn't enough. But this is working
thanks,
good.
Raggedy.
So StreamYard from here on out.
Evan Otep says OBS. Yep, OBS is what I use most of the time. OBS is how I got this to show without messing up trusty stream. I use the OBS virtual cam to display my digital tablet, and it helps out a lot. Otherwise, we'd be having like 15,000 little windows. I want that. Yeah. So yeah, man. That's crazy, man. Jeff Comics is live. I see a whole bunch of other people live. But now I'm going to get the notifications. So that's awesome. Man, you've been at this for 62 minutes? Jeez.
I have.
Says here, started streaming 63 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. How about that? Well, people, hey, the guys joined in. It's been fun. I'm always like, okay, I'll be here all by myself. And what am I going to do? I don't know what to talk about. But then,
People
the
came
guys
in.
showed up. And it's been fun. Now that I know I can get this, working pretty well through StreamYard, then it won't be so long before we do it again.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's a good deal, man. Build your own channel and stream whenever possible.
I know Macho Dan and I want to try to stream and talk about lunch meat.
Definitely, man. Okay,
We'll
so
do one together.
since Macho Dan seen lunch meat, then does that give? Do I got the blessing to post it on social media, or do I got to wait for it? So now that Macho Dan has seen my rendition of lunch meat, do I have blessings to put it on social media yet? I haven't done it out of respect for you guys.
Yeah, I would have to ask.
Yeah, because that is a big splash page.
That is kind of it's not like it's a big surprise or anything, but
yeah, no, I mean, whenever I'll probably do like I did with K Blonde and his. Now that he's got his stuff all over the place on Kindle and whatnot, now I've been posting what I did on his the little bit of inks that I did on his book.
Right.
I can't wait.
Of course, we don't even know where this is going to, show up, where it's going to be printed. We do want it printed somewhere.
Right. Yep. I know that would be awesome, dude. Most definitely. It would be pretty cool.
I had to get back in the saddle. I hadn't done any, continuity work in a while. and so it was good to get back to it and do it again.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like the way what you did.
Well, thanks.
Pretty cool. I said a lot of detail. A lot of detail. I was like, whoa. I sat there forever, just like script. Detail. I don't want to mess up Trusty's work. I downloaded a few new pens for Clip Studio.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm back to trusty old G Pen.
Got it.
I like them. It's like some different brush pens that I thought might help to give like different textures to the inks.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm back with G Pen.
Now, the ones that you shared with me, were they for Procreate or?
Yeah, the ones that I shared with you a while back.
Yeah.
Those were for Procreate. You can actually install those on Procreate, and one of them is actually the G Pen, which is what I used on Procreate to do the work on your stuff.
All right. Yeah. So the last thing I did, I used the Autodesk Sketchbook again because that's what I'm most comfortable with. I want to, learn more about doing Procreate.
I like Procreate. It's not bad. That whole ink job I did on Procreate, like I said, with Raggedy Man, G Pen for life. It's trusty. I bought a packet. It was like 50 different styles of pens for like $10 or something like that.
Wow.
I got a whole bunch of different ones, but G Pen is the one that I like the best. I like the way G Pen lays down the lines the best. I might change my mind. I'll definitely use the other ones for other things. And mostly I downloaded it because or that one project that the ones with the knights and the castles and whatnot, I was told to maybe try to make it more rough, to use a rougher textured pen might help.
Mm-hmm.
And so I downloaded those. I don't think it helped though. Yeah. And then I did that Skeletron one, and I guess the artist didn't like that either. And I think I did a pretty good job on that one.
Mm-hmm.
He inked it, but I guess he had a different vision. But it is what it is.
Yeah, since I've done a fair amount of pencils, I've seen my work inked by a few different people, and I'd say it's about 50-50 whether I've been happy or not.
Well, that's the thing, right? You never know what the whole thing was. So I believe it or not, if I ever ink another project, like if I get hit up for another project, unless it's like the one you did, because the one you did was so detailed, I didn't need to worry about what was going on. The actual drawings told the story. But if I get like another one that's not as as detailed,
yeah,
I definitely want the script. I need the script because I need to know what they're going for, and that has to happen, man. Because without the script, sometimes I don't know what they're trying to convey.
Yeah, I know. I've told the story before about inking some stuff when I was working for John Lowe, and I just couldn't tell what it was. It was so light and so sketchy. I wasn't sure what I was inking, and he wasn't either. He just said, just do the best you can with what you see, and maybe when the blacks are in there, maybe it'll look like something.
Yeah. Now, definitely gonna get scripts for the next one I do that I can't figure out what the heck is going on.
Oh yeah, well, I think inkers should, definitely, have the script.
Because I was like, what is this? No comprendo.
What's this?
No comprendo. But the one that you let me practice on, that was pretty clear, pretty evident.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I did some things differently than what your finished ink product was, but I get to see that when you when I see the whole book or the whole story. It's only 4-page story, but still.
Only 4.
But I definitely want to see it,
But I like the way Dan writes. The dialogue was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it had a nice flow. So maybe we'll get to do something else together.
That would be awesome.
Is Writer of Universes doing anything with Brinkeneer?
Not yet, because I'll explain to you later. I got a situation I got to deal with first.
Okay, all right, sorry.
But once I get that situation resolved, then I don't want to start people working on it and not be able to pay them.
I see, yeah.
So once I get everything situated in June, then I will move accordingly with with getting the writing in or whatever. But we do have like an idea where we want to go.
Good.
So that's good. We do have an idea where we want to go, and that's going to be pretty amazing. It's going to be a little bit different, but I think people might enjoy it, and so that's the important part. If I can get the people to enjoy it, and of course, it's not going to be like a big book. It's going to be just a floppy, because I'm not going to crowdfund or Indiegogo or anything like that. It's just going to be a floppy. And if people support it, then what we'll do is we'll make a second floppy. And if people enjoy it, we'll make a third floppy. And then if there's like a demand for it, then we'll do an Indiegogo for a trade paperback. That's the plan of attack for me.
All right.
That's what I'm thinking about doing.
Well, I think you get a fair push from the, what seems to be a pretty sizable Rican community on YouTube.
Yeah, that would be nice. It might not be the Rican hero they're looking for, but it's definitely going to be something different. So, and I'm still playing with the timelines, So I think we're going to do, I don't know if because I want to hire you as the penciler, so because I want to keep it as much as digital bullpen as I can.
Oh yeah.
Just because that's what I promised from the very beginning, and I want to keep that promise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I think that would be cool to have it, in the family.
So we're gonna go with Korean War era. So that's gonna be the era that we're gonna go.
Cool.
So you're gonna have to brush up on your on your time frames.
You'll have to help me.
But it's not gonna be a big deal. We're gonna make it work.
So it won't be any of the body armor stuff. It'll be all the uniforms and the weapons from that time.
Yeah, there's going to be a body armor eventually, but it won't be as advanced. Whatever we can muster up for that era. That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to do his job without body armor.
Oh, okay.
Yes, his fight is against supernatural forces, so he's gonna need some kind of body armor because he's just human. He's not superpowered, so he has to. They have to find a way to balance out we have to find a way to balance out the supernatural versus the human aspect. That makes sense. So there will be armor, but we just got to figure out something that would be believable for that time. It might not be as sleek, as what you drew, but definitely, I don't know. Everybody has a great vision. Like, oh my God, if that, But hopefully, if everything goes well, and it takes off, um, definitely, it'll definitely move its way to modern day.
Well, I think that's good. I like things that take time to develop, and that have a nice, rich backstory.
Yeah. So the thing is, I was thinking about hiring a writer to do like a full story, and then
Mhm.
if we need to bring her back to edit or whatever, bring her back. But I wanted to write pretty much the whole arc, and then we could then pay her. Then when I get a chance, then we could start working on the panels and the breakdowns, and figure out how we're gonna put it on paper.
Mhm.
So like the whole trade paperback, she would probably just write the whole trade paperback, but we're just gonna put out one floppy at a time, if that makes sense. That way, I don't occupy all her time, and I have an idea of where I want to go with everything.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, did you leave?
I left. I got the spinny bad connection
Oh, I
icon
was
for a
just
little bit. That always happens to me during Digital Bullpen, at least once or maybe twice.
yeah. I was like, oh no, I was
So
talking.
it's like all of a sudden it got quiet, and I was like, uh-oh, and I looked up. Yep, sure enough.
Yeah. So like I was saying, I don't know how much you caught.
Didn't catch much.
All right. So what I was saying is, I want her to write pretty much the whole trade paperback,
Mm-hmm.
and then that way I'm not monopolizing her time, and then we can take our time and draw the floppies from that story,
Got it. Okay.
and then see how it goes. Like I said, I don't want it to be Indiegogo. I'm gonna try to sponsor it myself, and
But
just because so many. I don't know. I just been so many people are just getting burnt on Indiegogos with all these guys, and it'll be my first book, and I just feel way better. We might even just get it done, put it on digital on Kindle, and then use that to fund the floppies if people want them.
all right, yeah, because I was going to ask, where would you want to try to get it, out if you weren't doing a crowd fund, where it was being shipped directly to people, what
I was thinking
how would
about
they
doing.
get it?
I was thinking about doing digital
Mm-hmm.
run on Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
And then if people want it, the floppies, hopefully the Kindle digital sales, will help fund that. And if that happens, and people want, more stories, so then we could do the crowdfunding for like the trade paperback, so everybody can get paid.
Yeah.
See, Raggedy saying the same thing. The digital floppy models are similar to what we were thinking. It's what worked. Okay, so I'm not the one who invented this. I'm just taking a page from the Rags team, Brian Ball and them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did.
Oh, okay.
They went digital.
I didn't know they went digital first.
They went digital first, and they sold it off their own website. The problem with that, I mean, I don't have a problem with that per se. I think it's pretty cool. The problem with that is, the bootlegs,
Yeah.
because once you give it to somebody from their website, well, what's keeping anybody from just continuously passing it forward?
We have in our office, you get the building codes, right? The ICC building codes, and we have them on PDF, but they're locked. You have to have a code to unlock it to look at it, and we only have one copy of the lock, and it's on the computer of the guy who works next to me. So if I go and try to open them up and look at them, I can't.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know if that's something that could be implemented, with digital comics or not.
It probably can. Kindle and them does it. I haven't really studied it long enough to honestly tell you. But I just think that it's a good idea, to put it on Kindle or Comixology or whomever or wherever, and see if anybody wants to buy it.
Yeah, because there is a fair amount of Indiegogo and crowdfunding fatigue, I think, going on, especially because of books not getting done.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, me being a first timer, I'm not. People are gonna be like, yeah, no thanks, no thank you.
Well,
So,
that's why you got to have it done ahead of time too. It's it's better to have it all completed before.
Yeah, before doing a crowdfunding. Yeah, but if I'm gonna have it done, I could still do the crowdfunding. But if I'm gonna have it done, I might as well put it on Digits where people can get it. And if they want me to do a crowdfunding to see, like, maybe get original Trusty pages and whatnot in the tiers, then that's something that can be discussed at a later time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, some people might want the Trusty tier. Like, oh, we want the original pages. They might like it. So, then we can do that. And that's why I was thinking about
things have happened. I don't know.
I mean, you do good work. Seriously. I like it. Shoot.
I'm just self-deprecating. That's all.
But that's why I was hoping to wait for the trade paperback. Because then, see, this is what I was thinking. If we get to the stage where the trade paperback is the Indiegogo campaign, right? Then you would be talking about 48 pages for the trade paperback, right? Maybe more. We'll say 48 pages.
Well, 48 pages would be 2 floppies.
Okay, so let's say 3 floppies,
64,
64 pages.
Floppies, 64 pages more or less. If you get, 21, 22, pages per chapter, but then you throw in some, sketches or whatever, you bump it up to maybe 80 pages total.
Yeah. So let's say that. Let's say, yeah, Raggedy, that's what I agree. The benefit of digital, by the time it gets to crowdfunding, it's ready to go. Yeah. And not only that, you'll have a test audience. Like, if people look at it on Digits and they're like, yeah, it's good to go. And if it's not good to go and you see some things you want to fix before it goes to crowdfunding, you have that time. But so let's say we do get it to the stage where it does, people want to get the trade paperback, originally signed by Trusty and the team, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And all that good stuff. Then we have however many pages you're comfortable with, putting out there for the tiers. So let's say maybe you're comfortable putting out 20 pages, right?
Okay.
So that's 20 tier levels that we could sell at maybe $100. Let's say. Or I don't know, maybe less, maybe more. I don't know how much you charge per page. Depending on how much you charge per page, it'll be depending on how much that tier level goes for.
Well, look, let's be honest. I'm a nobody, so I couldn't command a lot of money for an original art page.
All right, so we can do 75.
Yeah.
Maybe do 75 for the book, 100, because the book has cost something too. So let's say we do 100, 125, 75 for the book. 48-page book is probably going to cost about $20 itself. So $95, whatever. Say 100. Let's just say 100 even. We'll put shipping and handling take. So that's 20 pages we could do at $100 tier, right?
Okay.
That's $2,000. That helps out a whole bunch when it comes to printing and shipping.
Yep.
And other little things. I'm pretty sure that KG and Manny and Tank will want to do things like bookmarks and a tank ferret version of Borinconeer, maybe
Uh-huh.
a Manny version of Borinconeer, and stuff like that.
Maybe get Manny to paint the cover.
Yeah, that would be awesome. We're definitely going to need a colorist. Listen, what are we doing? Just hanging out? Yeah, we're just hanging out.
Hey, Lady Celtic Moon, how's it going?
We're just hanging out. We're talking about the project that I've been dreaming of getting off the dustbin. El Borinconeer. And it's gonna be sci-fi / horror ? Question mark?
/ historical
/ historical
/ military
/ military.
So basically, it's going to be everything except for romantic comedy.
It is gonna have romance.
All right, never mind. It's going to have everything.
I don't know if it's gonna have comedy.
It's going to be the universal comic that anybody can enjoy.
It's gonna have romance. Now, people might find the MOOC comedic as it being a joke, but that's to be determined. Now, it's gonna have romance because you can't jump generations if there's not a generation to be had. So he's gonna have to have a love interest to pass, the mantle on to the next Borinconeer.
That's right. Be like the Falcon, not the Falcon, the Phantom. The Phantom.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a love interest, definitely. I don't know when or where we're gonna put that in. It's gonna be somewhere after the Korean War stage. So,
all right,
who needs love? Everybody needs love. Even shoot, I am getting old. I forget names of characters and everything. Even that Spawn needs love. Is that Spawn?
It is Spawn.
Yeah. Even that Spawn needs love. I mean, that was
part of the tragic nature of Spawn at the beginning, right? Because he came back and his wife was married to his best friend or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've read Spawn.
You can always catch it on HBO, the little cartoon series that they had.
I don't have HBO, but I did catch a little bit of that on HBO. It was pretty good. It's definitely better than the movie.
Yeah. It was the movie, but broken down into cartoon sagas. The cartoons was basically the movie, but broken down into smaller parts.
Right. I heard, yeah. I was just going to say the movie, when I saw it, I said to myself, this looks like something that was directed by someone who's only directed music videos.
Well, it was kind of independently done.
Actually.
Yeah, that was kind of independently done. I have the animated movies on DVD. Yeah. I see you inking a tongue. Yeah. Just borrow some pencils again, like always. Borrow somebody's pencils and practicing. Like I told Trusty, I'm always practicing. I might not be always able to come on or always able to stream it, but I'm always practicing. Always practicing. Because, how else am I going to get better?
That's right.
Otherwise, Trusty would just say, nope.
Mm-mm. Yeah. It's going to take me long enough to pencil. If I pencil Borinconeer, I'll need somebody else to ink it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely want to ink Borinconeer. It's going to be fun.
That's good. Then you can correct all the mistakes I make with the weapons and stuff and go, man, Trusty, that's not like that. I sent you all that reference.
Oh, she's fine. Thanks for asking. Lady Celtic Moon, she's doing really well. Eating us out of house and home already. Already eating us out of house and home. But she's doing well. Mama's doing well. Sometimes she's losing her mind, but for the most part, she's doing well. I'm alive still, so that's always counts for something.
That's a plus.
Yeah. Haven't been lynched by Washingtonians yet, so that's always good. Yeah. Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting. I like I think it's gonna be definitely a different book. Not quite Punisher-esque, but interesting enough. I think. Look at Trusty. Trusty with the musica. Oh yeah, that's another thing I'm doing now. I'm changing all the TV to Spanish because I'm trying to make sure that my daughter learns to speak Spanish.
Oh, okay.
So I'm switching all the channels to Spanish.
SAP.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that by accident the other night. We were watching something, then all of a sudden it switched to Spanish. We're like, wait, what? What happened?
Have you ever seen Finding Nemo in Spanish? Oh my Lord. That is so different.
¿Dónde está mi hijo?
Yeah. It just didn't, it felt odd. I was like, that's not Marvin's voice. But it was good.
Yeah, somebody was on a stream was talking about meeting some voice actress who was like the Brazilian voice of some character, and meeting her and go, like Lisa Simpson, I think it was from The Simpsons. You know, like you're not Lisa Simpson. You don't sound like Lisa Simpson. You're like, I am Lisa Simpson. Oh, no, Lisa Simpson.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Stress G has 70 subscribers.
That's I know, awesome, man. Dude. What the heck?
How did that happen?
That's one for every minute I've streamed. No,
that's good though, man. That's a great start. You keep streaming, man. People are gonna keep coming.
Get back to it. Well, you got to find the right time. This was a pretty good time. It was when I started. There was like nobody else, at least nobody that I followed, who was streaming.
Yeah, I'm gonna like the weekends too. I was thinking about streaming yesterday, but it didn't work out.
I watched your the video and what was it, My Econ?
Oh yeah. It's my little side hustle.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
It's definitely something. I can talk to you about it more offline if you want.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'd be interested in hearing about it.
Yeah, it's basically just a way to tax shelter your money legally and bring more money back into your household. It definitely helps if you're on a fixed income.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a blessing to me, man. But yeah, man, I'll talk to you about it offline whenever you want to.
All right.
You know.
Yeah, my comes out fixed. It's broke.
Well, shoot, then definitely talk to me. we can help you, man. It's not gonna be quick and easy.
No, nothing ever is.
But
shoot, where is it?
But definitely we can help you, man.
All right, now I've lost my French curve.
Don't lose the French curve.
No, man. Johnny, more French.
That's why I like digital inking.
I do. Yeah. I got one of them here, but not my big one. It probably just fell. Probably just fell down beside the desk.
That's probably where it's at.
This one will work. This one will work just fine. Figure since I'm drawing old Dr. Doom, I should probably, be a little more rigid with it.
Definitely. As a matter of fact, I kind of missed, with all this going on, I've been, I don't know if I think I told you guys, I was reading the Savage Avengers.
Okay.
And because because you reminded me because Doom is in it, and Doctor Strange, and Conan, and Frank Castle, and Elektra, and Wolverine, and so I was like, they got all the people that I like enjoy on it, and but since this whole thingamajig, right? I haven't received any calls because they're not shipping any books.
Yeah. Yes, this whole situation is very interesting, especially with DC trying to do an end around Diamond. It's very interesting.
Yeah, Diamond's not having that.
And then of course you follow Peter Simeti, and he's been saying for a long time that he does more in direct orders than he does through Diamond, and so we kind of knew it was just a matter of time before he was going to say, all right, that's enough, we're just not going through Diamond anymore.
But wait a minute, wasn't it a one time Marvel? Hey, later, KG, man, have a great one. What didn't at one time Marvel do direct orders?
Well, I mean, way back they all did, subscriptions.
Right, there you go. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so you could just, get a subscription sent to your house. I remember the first two subscriptions I ever had were to Justice League and Iron Man. They came in a brown paper wrapper. You never knew what kind of condition they were going to be in when you got them.
Kind of reminds me of stealing Solo.
So it's nostalgia. That's what it was. It was harkening back to those good old days.
Oh, man. But you didn't pay as much. As a matter of fact, I thought they were going to fix that.
Yeah, I thought so too. Did nothing ever happen?
I haven't received anything.
I don't subscribe to that channel anymore anyway. I never hear any more about it.
Raggedy says, I remember the days of filling out the form in the back of the comics, checking out which ones you wanted.
That's right. And they would have maybe 24 at the most. I can't keep my camera where I'm working.
Yeah, the focus or it just moves around.
Focus is fine, but it's like I'm moving around, and I'll look up and I'll see that nobody can see what I'm drawing.
Yeah. Got me too. Oh, she says God me too. I thought she said got me too. Yeah, people remember those things, man. I mean, it's nostalgia, right? So we always gonna say the good old days.
The good old days.
Even if they weren't good old days, but
I stopped reading comics for a while, and then one of my friends, I'm trying to remember if it was either middle school or high school. I can't remember which one, but he showed up and he had a comic and he had it in a bag, and that was the first time I'd seen it in a bag protecting it. I was like, ooh, what's that? I was like, man, that was cool. That got me back into comics.
Mm-hmm. I had all of mine in a steam trunk because I was in the Army at the time when I was still collecting it. So, I would move and the comics would move with me.
Yep.
So they were in a little like Foot Locker type thing.
We were several months back when we were trying to decide what to do about the maintenance of the lane that we live on. All the neighbors were meeting at one of my neighbors' houses, and he and his brother are starting up a microbrewery. Mm-hmm. And so, he had the taps on the back porch and was giving us all samples of his stuff, but he's also a comic book fan. And so we were talking about that, and my next door neighbor said, well, I got these boxes that belong to my boys. I'm just going to throw them out, and we're like, let us look through them first.
Right.
He said, well, there's nothing, valuable in there. It's like, we're okay. You don't know. It might be valuable to us. So, I saw him working out in the yard, like a month ago. And I said, so, anytime you want to get rid of that, I'll come over. And he's like, I got to talk to my son first,
Like, I bet you his son is going to be like, nah. we're not gonna get rid of that.
Son's gonna be like, yeah, Dad, we can get some money out of him for it. Like, nope.
Nah.
But then I saw somebody tweeted today that they found a whole bunch of comics in the dumpster out in front of their apartment building, like several long boxes worth. And so he did a dumpster dive, to get out what could be saved. And they were all bagged and boarded too. So it was a collector, somebody who, had been taking good care.
Do you know what that was, right?
What?
COVID-19, lockdown stress, woman got tired of man hogging up all all his time on comics. She kicked him out the house, threw his comics in the dumpster.
That must be it. Somebody was saying it was a mom, that it's always the mom, but I think
my mom burnt mine.
I thought your scenario is probably more accurate or more likely.
Yeah, that's what that was. Now my mom burnt my comics when I needed to store them at my mom's. She got this thing. I don't know what it was all about. She got super Pentecostal on me. And started a bonfire when I was working. Came home.
Man.
I was like, what in the world is going on here? So I was kind of mad.
It's like, comic books are for the devil, Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, she went super Pentecostal on me.
Yeah.
That was the end of that.
No, that's good. That's enough.
That was the end of those books.
Yeah, my parents were weird. They actually wrote to Marvel Comics trying to arrange for us to come up there and visit the offices, and they had to explain to them that no, it's there's not really anything here to see.
We just want to meet Stan Lee. That's it. That would have been worth it. That would have been awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty cool that they did that. They didn't tell me either. I found out about it later, because they didn't want to disappoint me.
Yeah. I ain't mad at that.
Nope.
Not mad at all. Tomorrow it's back to work, and then tomorrow evening I gotta edit a video for this lady, and then that's my life now. She got there some kind of jazz.
This is some of that Music Unlimited royalty-free stuff.
Nice.
Which I have to remember to put in the description of the video after we're done. I'll edit it. And
yeah, you have to, because they'll get mad at you.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely put it in there. I was kind of not sure, how this was going to go, and so I just sort of threw it together real quick. But I will definitely make sure to put all the track listings in there. I've got them all saved in a Word file, so it's easy for me to just copy and paste.
That's nice. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be happy that you did that.
Well, I hope so. I like their stuff.
They're like, oh man, that trusty sidekick dude is all right. Can you not trust somebody who has the name Trusty in his name? Yeah.
That was a ploy.
That was a ploy. I remember the days of feeling up. Oh yeah. Okay. No, they already say what they were saying. I'm over here reading old stuff. I'm so used to, going back and reading comments from my channel that I guess old habits die hard. Can't. Wish I could start streaming soon again on my channel, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, like I was saying before, now that got this worked all right. Maybe I'll host a digital bullpen and this week and see who we can get to join.
Awesome.
Now Shinobi, he usually he works on Monday nights, so he's usually not available.
Yeah, his nights are Tuesdays. He can come in on Tuesdays.
Gotten into a habit of being on Twitch on Tuesdays with Cross Comics.
Cross Comics, yeah. Yeah. Cross is a good dude.
Yeah. Although we've got a big project, not a big project, but I've got a project due on Wednesday, so I may be at the office Tuesday night this week.
Mm-hmm. Gotta work. So you actually going into work, or you working
Oh
remote?
yeah, no, we business as usual. Really, my day-to-day life has not changed a whole lot
Mine either. I just stay
because of
home
this.
like I always did.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
Oh,
I wear a mask, when I go to the grocery store, but
yeah. I
my
had to
wife
get.
started making masks and actually has gotten a lot of orders.
That's nice.
Yeah, she made them for everybody she works with, and one of my bosses said, "Could you make me about 8?" I said, "Okay, this is what she charges," and he said, "Well, I'll pay double than that." Great, okay.
Hey, I like people that want to pay. I like
Hey,
people that
you're
want
doing
to
us a
pay.
favor, we're happy to pay a little bit more. Okay.
I like it. I like good customers. I like good customers. I can't complain. The ones with trusty in their name are the ones that keep your eye on.
Yeah. That's right. I'm just being a little too obvious with it, just a little too on the nose. So you can't trust me. Otherwise, I wouldn't
Trusty.
try so hard.
Trusty. Yeah, he's pretty trustworthy. I know your wife was happy to making that extra dough with the masks.
Oh yeah.
I'm not really too concerned about the mask until they reopen the state. And I'm going to worry about the mask because that's when the real danger is going to be because everybody's going to think everything is good to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when people are going, that's what, that's where the false sense of security comes in.
Yep.
And that's when I'll start, really concentrating on the mask. But I don't even really go much anywhere, even, because I pretty much work from home. So, I mean, I've been on quarantine, I guess, since I got here.
Yeah, that was the thing that was driving my dad nuts, over in the facility where he's living is there was nowhere to go. We couldn't take him anywhere, And they're on lockdown over there, so no visitors.
Yeah. But that's good though, because his age group.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're super susceptible.
Yeah.
So I mean, he understands that, but it's still frustrating, and he has his good moments and bad moments.
No, I get it. I mean, nobody wants to be, like locked into somewhere with no choice. But I was actually reading a report today, and they're actually saying that asthmatics are not considered high risk anymore, but to still be on the lookout, which is my main concern.
Well, when my son went to, he was feeling sick, last week, and he went to student health, and they told him we're not treating illnesses here anymore. It's just injuries and pharmaceuticals, and they sent him to another place, and basically that was a drive-through COVID testing site is what they sent him to. And so they pretty much, I think they tested him for flu and for COVID, and that was pretty much it, and didn't listen to his symptoms or anything like that. So we were pretty frustrated, and he wasn't getting any better. My wife went up there, took him, to Doc in the Box, and they tested him, and it came back, bad case of mono. But then the next day they got a call and said, we got some blood work back. He's got some elevated bilirubin levels. We really want you to take him to the emergency department and, let them check him out. And the ER doctor there, he was COVID happy. He was like, any little sign, he wanted to say it was COVID. And my wife is like,
Yeah, I think
all these symptoms that are not COVID related, and you're not sending him over to the COVID ward at this other hospital. No, brought him back, took him to another emergency department down here, and they're like, "Yep, it's mono."
Yeah, And that's the thing is, right? People get so scared. They're like, oh, this COVID, I don't want to deal with it. Move them out.
That's right.
Send them somewhere else.
That was it exactly.
Send them somewhere else. I don't want to deal with that. And they're not really, because they're scared, they're not prepared, or they're not knowledgeable enough to deal with the situation. So, man, and I get it, but that's not fair to the patient.
And in all fairness, they've been saying that they do get a fair number of false positives or false negatives, rather. And so they want to be extra careful. I'm like, okay,
that's fine, but still, just know for sure before you're like, get out of here. Lady Celtic Moon says you better take your dad for a long drive after this is over. Trusty, you there? Uh-oh. There he is.
And I'm back again.
I was like, man, they got way too quiet. I was like, Trusty, you there?
Yeah, you can set your watch by it.
Yeah, so Lady Celtic Moon is saying, take your dad for a long ride after all this is over.
Oh, yeah. No, when this is all over, Dad's going to be like, can we go back to play the slot machines now? Like, yeah, Dad, come on, let's go. You got a lot of money saved up. Because that's no point in me giving him, any money right now because there's nothing for him to use it on. He can't go to the grocery store or anything,
Yeah.
So it's just staying in the bank.
Yeah, well, the good thing about it is, yeah, he was buffering. He's back.
And we're back.
Trusty likes to do that. He likes to keep us on our toes.
That's right. It's like a little Where's Waldo thing. It's like, where's Trusty? Like, okay. All right, that's better. I like that better. What time is it getting to be? 10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30 your time.
Been doing this almost 2 hours.
You're an animal, man.
Man, who was it doing this? Kevin Sharp the other night he was streaming for a long time. I'd check in and then go watch somebody else and then come back, and he's still there drawing. He's doing. If you guys haven't, signed up for the Dragon Guard Indiegogo, if you go and back the project while he's doing the stream, he does a sketch for you for free. And it's a nice sketch too. It's like a 4x6 or something like that size. But Kevin does a nice job, and he's a beast. I don't know how many hours he was on there doing that for people.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, dude.
It does.
That's what we're gonna do with Trusty when we do Borinqueneer.
You gotta make sketches for everybody.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
You know how slow I am. Good grief. Never get that book out.
It'll get out. We're not in a rush. Just got to figure out how I'm going to do it.
And we shall.
That's all. He was buffering. No, he's back. Man, I'm terrible at inking hair.
Oh gosh, hair is so hard.
I'm trying to follow his line work because I don't want to mess it up. But I am really terrible at inking hair. Now I try to follow, the little bunches thing, draw like little clumps here, clumps there.
Yeah, that's what I found works better is like I'll draw a shape, like a rounded shape for the dark part of the hair, and not try to draw so much feathering like I do. Like here I've got some feathering coming up into here and into here. That doesn't work so well for hair. For hair it's almost like you need like manga artists, they'll have maybe just all black hair and then just like this squiggly shape that represents a highlight.
Yeah.
closet, that kind of works, but when I've done, hair, like dark hair, like your robe that you're doing there, yeah, I'll do, like you said, like big clumps of black, and then maybe I'll come in and just put, a little feathering, on the outside edge of it. But
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out.
but the more, when you can have, like strands going and crossing each other and going under each other, stuff like that really makes it pop.
I don't know if I'm gonna make this pop. This dude might be mad at me after he sees this, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I probably will never see it anyway. I probably won't post this one for a couple of days, and he probably doesn't even know who I am. But it doesn't really matter.
Well, but tag him. I mean, the Psylocke.
Oh yeah, no, those inner lip lines are just a mistake. Lady Celtic Moon. I'm gonna fix that later. What happens is when I change between tools, it resets my doggone line weight.
Oh yeah.
On my G pen. I don't know what he got going on there. He's got like a lot of shading in there. I gotta figure that out. See, like now I go back and reset it to 10. I'm not working with 10. I'm working with 5 because of all these little fine lines. And if I'm not careful, it'll be a problem. Yeah, I don't know. He's got a lot of shading in there. I changed it to blue line, but see, there's a lot going on there. Let's see if it catches up on y'all screen. I changed it back to pencil art. See, he got like a lot of smudging happening there.
Yeah.
So you're
doing a pretty good job with that hair, though.
I gotta figure that out. That's one of the. Oh Lord, I'm on the wrong layer.
Uh-oh.
I'm on the wrong layer drawing. Yeah, like when I inked the one that you did, I was like, man, I think I messed up Trusty's little lady here. I said I was
sort of going for a sexy librarian look,
It works. It works. I wasn't mad at it. Good night, Lady Celtic Moon.
Night, LCM.
Yeah. Remember when I borrowed these pencils from these guys, they're like I took it from his Deviant art page. Mm-hmm. So, when I borrow them, sometimes I may not get like the crispest copy.
Sure, yeah, because the resolution's not usually that high.
Yeah, but I still work it out. This one's actually not bad resolution wise. Just like I said, there's a lot going on in that lip area. There's a lot going on. See, like all this right here seems like it's going to be dark.
All right, well, Jimmy, I'm at 2 hours, so I think I'm going to call it.
All right, bud.
Call it a stream.
I am mad. This is your happy hour.
That's right, and it has been a happy hour. Thanks to everybody who showed up, and thanks to you joining in. You want to say anything before we say goodnight?
Well, I would say you could find me on the Digital Bullpen at ERTs, but I haven't been able to stream. As soon as the baby gets a little bit more older and more stabilized, we'll be back to streaming at the Digital Bullpen on ERTs. can always find me on Twitter, even though I haven't really been tweeting that much because I haven't really been on social media. Colorblind_E and Ortiz Arts on Facebook. I want to thank Trusty Sidekick for having me for a change. And I hope everybody has a good evening and good night.
All right. And you can find me, as always, at Trusty Sidekick 3 on Twitter, Trusty Sidekick Art on Instagram, and here on YouTube whenever and wherever possible. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Dun, 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 dun.